the Breakdown with Birkenhoff. I am your host, Wyatt Birkenhoff, and today's video is basically a summary video of a long 2-hour and 30-minute stream I did about the Green New Deal. So before I waste your time and make this video not a summary, I will go ahead and summarize that discussion and kind of what I learned about the Green New Deal and the Green New Deal itself. So basically, the Green New Deal is split into two separate parts. You have the first part where it introduces you the idea of the Green New Deal and the implements and what they want you to take away from it. The second part says, hang on, we know that this is going to cause some problem. We know that people are going to lose their jobs because of our proposed legislation with it. So let me introduce you to the idea of promising more jobs. We don't necessarily know what those jobs are going to be, but we know the creation of a new technology or the idea of clearing more land to allow for more solar panels or more wind turbines or whatever it may be will add more jobs to the energy sector and allow for more people to have the opportunity to transfer jobs from when they worked in the oil industry or simply allow unemployed members of the society a chance to have a job in the energy sector and in the energy environment. So that's kind of the Green New Deal itself. We also discovered that the Green New Deal had many other initiatives brought aside with it. It had the idea of the wage gap and wanting to address the wage gap, an idea of wanting to make minorities in society a lot more even with whites or with majority races or whatever you want to call it in that area. So there were many other things thrown in alongside the environmental side of the Green New Deal. And I argued in my live stream that we should take those out and just propose the climate change just by itself. What we also learned, and what I kind of knew from beforehand, was that a lot of these bills throw in extra ideas and extra concepts within their original idea, so it makes it very hard for people to fully support. In other words, you have several examples of bills out there where people would throw in something extra besides the idea. So if it was anti-gun bill, you would throw in something about, I don't know, abortion or whatever it might be, and the senator who would usually say, oh yeah, let's pass that bill, would then say, no, we can't pass that bill. Abortion may be a bad example when it relates to guns, but you kind of get my whole point. Most of the time, people will throw in this issue and this idea into their actual bill and not just focus on the main concept of what they're trying to do. And in particular, with the Green New Deal, the main concept is climate change and climate control and wanting to reduce carbon emissions and help the environment. That is something that is very key and very important. So our next topic about the Green New Deal really comes down to the idea of how renewable the Green New Deal is with alternative energy or renewable energy in the first place. So the real problem about the alternative or renewable energy is the storage implement of how it's going to be handled. We have the availability to make energy, but we have to use this energy almost right away, if not right away, in order for it to be used. There's no really a good area to store the energy, especially when it comes to renewable energy sources. And the storage capacities for a lot of these is a lot low. You have anywhere from 70 to 90% with like nuclear and renewable energies, but you have as low as 10 to 20% when it comes down to some solar panels who don't have extra storage and capacity built within the panels. So the idea is going to become who is going to come out there with an invention to either make solar panels better, to make wind turbines better, or to be able to store this amount of energy that is kept. Because if someone is able to come up with this brand new innovation that is able to capture a lot more of the energy, if not all of the energy from a wind turbine, it would remarkably evolutionize the way we could see energy and make wind turbines as an alternative energy source a lot more doable than it is right now. The idea that we are able to just solely rely on wind turbines, even for just a region, is very low because we don't have the storage capacity or the means to transport this energy and allow for people to actually use it in their households. Because we as Americans expect when we flip on the light switch that it turns on right away. So that as a concept is very important to the Western society and to America especially. We also learned about the Green New Deal and the idea of the transportation that we just mentioned, and the whole idea of how this gets transported comes across several different ways. So until that transportation idea changes or gets improved, it becomes remarkably unlikely that the transportation of this energy is going to allow for a mass usage. Another thing about alternative energy is by alternative energy by region. And what I mean by that is that the only way that alternative energy is necessarily going to work, or renewable energy is going to work, is if we use it by the region. For example, in northern Texas, you have a lot of wind turbines because the area up there is very windy, while let's say in Nevada, in Vegas, or in Arizona, in their desert areas, they could rely on solar panels. So if you get both of those technologies better and get the availability of storage better, and you use those by regions, you might be able to rely on that particular source of alternative energy or renewable energy for your particular area. But the idea of just picking one sort of alternative energy source or renewable energy source, such as wind turbines, is a bad idea, because not all regions are going to be able to handle that as a particular renewable energy source. And until we get something that may become something that we're all able to use, that is also not really an idea, because we don't know what that is yet. So that was kind of what we learned on the Green New Deal. We hinted on a couple of other things. And if you're interested in really learning a lot more details about the renewable energy and how reliable it is, how much scope there could be of renewable energy, or particular more details about the Green New Deal, I would highly recommend checking out my stream I did on the Green New Deal so that you can dive much more into the concept. This was just a summary video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and catch you later.